Hello everyone, Shamantin here. I'm starting a new series on Amazon AWS by request from some of my viewers who have questions about Amazon. I've gone through some of the Amazon certifications and stuff like that, and I use it for a lot of my projects, and I'd like to share that knowledge with you for people who want to learn it, want to leverage AWS for their own projects and for their businesses. If you have any questions during any of this time, please feel free to email me. I'll leave that in the comment section below, and you can, in the description below. You can leave comments in the comment section below, though. And so, first of all, let's take a step back before we get into this. Is what is Amazon AWS? AWS is a cloud provider that has more than just the average virtual private servers that I've talked about in a lot of my videos. Virtual private servers are great. I have a bunch of them myself from different providers. I use them for a lot of projects. If you just need a place to store something like run a website or something like that, VPSs for the most part are great. If you're talking about a business where you need to run databases, highly available applications, your business is relying on this service. You need something that's up, something that provides geo redundancy, something that provides, great frontline support, and has a bunch of services that are tailored to your business. That's where AWS comes in. There's also Microsoft Azure, where I'm also going to start another series about Azure as well, because I also work with Azure, and I like to share that with you too. I've been getting some requests on that. The whole movement to the cloud from the traditional data center is increasing in rate. It's almost a no-brainer, especially for new companies, startups, companies that don't have a lot of infrastructure that want to push into the cloud and build their network in that environment. You got to put it this way. Say you run an accounting firm, or you run a business that only gets busy during a certain period of time, right? So say, you're a retailer and you sell Christmas products. So during the year, you're operating at like 30% capacity of your entire IT assets. But now you have to stock enough IT assets in a traditional environment for that 2-3 month period. So I gotta buy 30 servers, say, and all these routers and switches, and I gotta buy this big pipe to the internet to support load that's gonna happen at Christmas time. And the rest of the year, I'm just getting prepared. So I might be down 40% of that usage. So why not then have my traditional data center, and I have my data center is stocked with enough to operate 11 months of the year. In that 1 month or 2 months, I can buy the additional capacity on the cloud and operate in a hybrid environment. And this is what you see, the typical deployment is a hybrid environment. Unless the company started yesterday, where you can build your entire infrastructure, aside from maybe your local LAN for your office PCs and tablets and laptops to connect to the internet, but servers and things like that can easily be purchased online, and it's fairly cheap. So that's my goal, is to show you the power of the cloud and all the things that we can do with it, and hopefully you can bring this knowledge to your business, or if you're starting a business or just wanting to get into the cloud for professional reasons, you'll see the power of it. So Amazon has many different services. So a quick Google on Amazon Web Services, or AWS, provides all of the products that they have. They literally have hundreds of products, from compute to storage, databases. They have tools to migrate your physical infrastructure onto the cloud. They have analytics, big data, they got security. The list goes on and on. And the pricing isn't all that bad from a business perspective. Now, we have things like pay-as-you-go. You can pay a little bit upfront. So once you pay it, the pay-as-you-go is more expensive because you got to think from Amazon's perspective. They have to buy this equipment in hopes that people buy it, and then you spin up a virtual machine, you use it for an hour, you spin it down, right? So they're going to charge more for that on demand. But if you go up and say, okay, Amazon, I say, you know what? I'll purchase a year's worth of storage space up front. Then the price goes down. And then, of course, there's volume pricing and then all the other services that they have. They have a way for a simple monthly calculator and a total cost of ownership calculator. If you take the Amazon Cloud Practitioner exam or the Associate's exam, you will be tested on questions like that. What tool can you use for the simple monthly calculator, the total cost of ownership calculator, and stuff like that. By no means am I going to do an entire series enough for you to pass the exam, because I'm just going based on requests. But I will put a awesome course that's on Udemy right now. It's one of the courses that I took to prepare for all my exams, and that was an amazing course. The teacher, his name escapes me right now. I will put that in the description in each of the AWS videos, and I highly, highly recommend, if you're taking the exam, to do that course. If you just want to learn about how to spin up VMs and all the technical stuff, then maybe not take the course, or do. It's up to you. Or you can come and just take some short videos with me on how to spin things up and all the other fun stuff that I do with AWS. So you can create a free account. They have a free account. Azure from Microsoft, AWS, even Google Cloud, they all have a free one. You can thank Amazon for that because they're really one of the ones that came up with this. So you can go to aws.amazon.com/free, click create a free account, and you have 750 hours per month free of Amazon Compute. Amazon EC2 is their VPS type thing. So these are virtual machines. Same deal with RDS, Relational Database Service. And S3, you can store 5 gigs in the cloud for free. And it's pretty simple. You do need a credit card to sign up, and that's for verification purposes. So once you have an account set up, you'll get to the AWS dashboard. So here's some things that you'll see. For instance, the EC2. And so in AWS terminology, a VPS or a server's an instance, they have different types of instances. Again, the whole on-demand, reserved, stuff like that. They have something called spot instances. Spot instances are essentially very cheap servers that are meant to be short-lived. And what happens is that a spot instance is for something that you don't care how long you have the server for, and in turn you'll get a cheaper a cheaper instance that once the price gets to below your, or sorry, above your bidding, because essentially you bid on the service. Once you bid on that service, you will state your price. Once that price is gone, then you lose the instance. So there are a lot of features that are actually free within AWS. One of them is the identity access management. And so with identity access management, you can create SSH keys, you can create users, you can activate MFA for your root account. You definitely want to do that. That's playing with fire if you do not do that. So some of the downfalls with cloud. I mean, we're able to leverage the Amazon cloud. We're able to do all these great things. But, okay, you have to be very cautious because you're losing your perimeter. So before cloud, our perimeter was, our corporate data center. We had firewalls around it, physical firewalls. We had security and all that stuff. And now you're losing bits and pieces of that, actually major pieces, and your thinking has to change. So, for instance, having MFA on your root account for your dashboard so that if your password gets compromised, someone can't log into your dashboard and delete your entire network. Right? So stuff like that. That couldn't really happen. I mean, someone could breach your network and do a lot of damage, but they couldn't literally delete all your servers and shut them all down, and then you'd have to kind of rebuild from scratch. Literally the entire network. They probably log in, breach your network, attack a bunch of servers, but you have some other ones that may have been untouched, right? So there's stuff like that. So they have users, roles, all that good stuff. So that's a very brief introduction to AWS and Amazon and what it's all about. My next video is about how to launch a server with EC2 on AWS. So if you have any questions, comments, or any suggestions, or anything that you want to learn about when it comes to AWS, please let me know. You can email me, Sean@SeanMancini.com, and visit my blog, www.seanmancini.com. Talk to you guys later.